Hi, students. So one of the things that we need to do before we even begin writing essays is establishing a common language. And some of you may be saying, well, what do you mean by that? What is a common language? And when I'm talking about common language, I mean when I'm referencing parts of an essay, like an introduction or a conclusion, or parts of a paragraph and talking about a topic sentence or an explanatory sentence, I want you to be sure that you understand what I'm talking about. So for a lot of you, this is going to be review, and these are going to be things that you heard in English 111, and it's going to be nothing new. But for some of you, maybe it's been a while since you've taken English 111, and this will be a little refresher for you. So common language in writing. First, we want to talk about just the basic parts of an academic essay. So the three parts of an essay are the introduction, the body paragraphs, and the conclusion. Without one of those parts, your essay is not whole. So when we talk about an introduction, this is when you introduce what you are going to be talking about in your essay. And it contains three basic parts: your hook, your transition or background information, and your thesis statement. So I'm using an argumentative essay example to show you the different parts of what an introduction should look like. This is an example argumentative essay on the topic of whether or not fully online education is a viable option for the present and the future. It's as simple as logging on. Students from all over the country are learning to take control of their own education through the power of the internet. Gone are the days when a student must get up, get ready, and sit in a classroom to learn and obtain a degree. Today, they have the capability to learn from their kitchen table, their car, or even waiting in line at the DMV. They can take their education anywhere. While many are questioning whether online learning is a viable, ethical, and realistic way for a student to obtain education, the proof is in the outcomes that the education system is already seeing. Online learning is the future of education. Online education should continue improving and growing due to the inclusive nature it provides for so many students, the flexibility it offers for those who must work while obtaining their degree, and the way it shapes students to be more technologically advanced for their future workforces and places. Now, I want to break down these various parts. So this first sentence right here that's highlighted in blue, this is called your hook. And your hook is a sentence that gravitates your reader's attention, okay? It's a way to get them engaged into the message that you're trying to convey. This part that's highlighted in green is called your transition or your background information. That is basically the connector piece between your hook and your thesis statement, your main idea. And then this in yellow is what we would call a thesis, okay? This is the whole purpose and message of your entire essay. Online learning is the future of education. Online education should continue improving and growing due to the inclusive nature it provides for students, the flexibility, and the way it shapes students to be more technologically advanced. What I've done there is I've given you the message that this essay is going to be about. And I've even broken down the various parts that this essay is going to go into. So then the next part of an essay, those are your body paragraphs, okay? And each body paragraph should have three things: a topic sentence that indicates a clear transition to a new idea, supporting claims or details for that topic sentence, and a summative sentence that indicates that this idea is coming to a close. So here is an argumentative essay example body paragraph, and this is on the same topic that the introduction was over. Online learning provides an incredible opportunity for teachers to create an inclusive environment, one that allows all students to feel comfortable in their learning experience. Online education has many tools that can help students who need various accommodations, okay? So basically what I'm trying to sell you in this paragraph is that this is an incredible opportunity to create an inclusive environment, okay? For example, here's my background information. There are great online techniques to help those with hearing impairments. Teachers can use inclusive software that allows students to read what they are saying on YouTube. The subtitles allow students to take their time in reading, and the teacher can guide them through the lecture using visual aids. Another great example, and you hear that transitional language, the movement from one sentence to the next. Another great example to consider are the students who have anxiety when speaking in class. Discussion boards offer an opportunity for all students to be heard. These students can voice their opinions, analysis, and challenges without the anxiety-provoking methods of hand raising or dominant class discussion or attempting to speak in front of an audience. There are many times when one or two students dominate class discussion, and discussion board tools are great ways to ensure all classroom voices are heard. So I gave two examples to support that overlying topic of being able to create an inclusive environment. When considering the multitude of ways that online learning creates inclusivity, it perhaps exceeds what a teacher is even able to do in an in-person learning environment. All I've done there is I've kind of summarized the gist of this main paragraph. And then finally, the conclusion. The conclusion has two main jobs. It needs to restate the thesis, and it can include some closing remarks, okay? Depending on the genre of your essay, the conclusion may look different. Some conclusions may have a call to action, some may pose a question, but the main thing to remember in a conclusion is this is not a place where you input new ideas. You are summarizing what you have already written. So again, here's an argumentative essay example of a conclusion. Inclusive environments, flexibility, and a growing confidence when using technology are concepts that just scrape the surface when considering the absolute necessity of advancing online education. Okay, what I've done there is I've restated my thesis very clearly. The impactful reality of technology is that there is a constant opportunity to grow and evolve to make life better for everyone. This is what education needs to continue considering when there are questions as to the effectiveness of an online learning platform. There is no limit as to how far education can develop for those who would not be able to attend school without this online opportunity. Online education is the future of education. Okay, again, what I've done here is I've restated the thesis, and I've really just effectively pushed the agenda of what I'm trying to convey. I hope that this was helpful. And remember, some of these terms: introduction, body paragraph, conclusion, parts of a paragraph, topic sentences, explanatory sentences, summative sentences, hook, transition, thesis statement. These are terms that we are going to be using all semester long. So I'll have this lecture as well as the PowerPoint so that you can refer back to these very important terms if at any time you forget their meaning.